Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So I actually had no intention of doing this video today, but thanks to you guys, I did a poll on my community tab and I asked whether you wanted to see a Sephora haul because I did do a little bit of shopping. I didn't go crazy, but there's a few things that I did pick up definitely that have been in my cart sitting there waiting, and I was happy that I picked them up. I was glad I actually went into the store to pick up a couple of these things because the shades that I had picked out, that I saw them online and I'm like, oh, those might be the shades. And then when I actually went in the store and tested them, they were completely different shades that I ended up leaving the store with. So I was very glad that I actually went into the store and picked up the ones that I wanted. But I asked on my poll whether you guys wanted to see a Sephora haul or if you wanted to see like a fall skincare routine video. And overwhelmingly, you guys wanted to see a Sephora haul. So that I was like, I totally pivoted what I was going to do this weekend. So we're just going to jump right into it. So I'm only going to show you products that I actually picked up, but everything that I do have on my face today, I will link everything down below in my description box. And I want to thank you so much if you ever do use any of my links. Thank you so much for helping to support my channel. I do get a little bit of commission from the links, which helps me purchase a whole bunch of these products. So thank you very much. So one of the first things that I picked up was the Glow Recipe Plum Plump Hyaluronic Gloss Balm. What intrigued me about this product is it's a recent 2023 Allure Beauty Award winner. What it said is it's very nourishing for the lips. You can use it as a gloss. You can use it as one of the, like at night, you can use it as a lip mask. So I just applied it before I started my makeup application today. And it really did give me like a high shine look on the lips. I didn't find it was overly sticky at all. It has like a little scent, I'm going to say like strawberry scent. But overall, I liked it. It stayed on my lips the whole time I was doing my makeup application. Every time I'm looking in the mirror and I used a highlighter today that I'm familiar with. But every time I use it, I just go like, what is happening? Like, I am so glowy with that eye. I'll show it's down. It'll be down in the description box when I used. It's not a new product. It's really amazing. It's my favorite highlighter. So, oh my goodness. Anyhow, the next product I purchased is the Mercier. This is the Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation. I picked it up in 1C2 Chiffon. This was one of the products that I was very thankful I went into the store to find because the shade that I had picked out would not have matched me at all. It would have looked so yellow and dark on me. So it has a nice little pump type of bottle. This is glass. The formula, when I applied it, is super, super lightweight. It's not as runny as other foundations that I've tried, but my goodness, when you rub it in, right now it feels like I'm rubbing in water. Like it is such a nice little slick to it. Look at that coverage. It's covered up my veins quite nicely. Has a nice little bit like a dewiness to it. And I applied it with the brush and it blended in really easily. But when it says it's weightless feeling, it is totally weightless feeling. It did not cake up on me at all. My fine lines, I've had it on for a few hours now, and it's doing a pretty decent job in my fine lines. There's just maybe a little bit of settling just in this one right here. There isn't a scent to it at all. It also notes that it's waterproof. So this is the first time I'm wearing it today. So I will leave down in the description box kind of how it wore on my skin through the rest of the day. I liked how it gave me like a real natural finish, like definitely not like a full coverage foundation at all. You can build it up to more of like a medium coverage. Underneath, like for my primer today, I just went in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. So if that's why I maybe seem a little bit glowy today, that's why. But some of the claims that I had read, it says that it's supposed to have like a 12-hour wear. And it says it's suitable for all skin types. So far, really liking this one. And if you do hear a little bit of a whirring in the background, I have to have my fan going today. You can probably see my cheeks. I might like look a little bit red today. I don't know why it's so hot in here today, but I am just frying. So I need some air going. Anyhow, we're going to go on to now concealer. So the concealer I picked up today was the Makeup by Mario. This is the Surreal Skin Awakening Concealer. I picked this one up in the shade 160. This is the other product. Very happy I went into the store and picked up because it is not at all what I thought it would be. I picked up a much darker shade, or I should say I had it in my cart, the much darker shade. But it's just like your typical concealer wand. It is a little bit light, but I don't mind that brightening effect under my eyes. What I noticed right after I put this on, I usually wait for a little while before I make a judgment on concealers. And this one, I will say, gives a big thumbs up from me because even now, there is no settling going on under my eyes, right? Like zero settling. And sometimes with like other concealers, you get all those little fine lines get filled in, and I have to, go like this and rub them away. But this was really, really nice. And I purposely did not wear any like sort of powders today. I want to see how the foundation's going to work, how the concealer's going to work under my eyes. You can see I look probably like I have a little bit of luminosity under my eyes, but that's that brightening effect. That's the concealer working. Like not a thick formula at all. Actually quite a really nice formula under the eye, blended in really well. Like my under eyes look super hydrated right now. It definitely gives more of a medium coverage on my under eyes. I have quite dark circles, so I mean I can see a little bit of stuff poking through, but for the most part it looks pretty covered up. It claims to be long wearing, so this will be another product that I'll update you guys in the description box and kind of leave my thoughts on how it worked the rest of the day. It was one of those ones that kind of went viral. Now I did have to pick up one of my standard products I pick up every year, and it is the Sephora Holiday Must-Haves. This is like all the best products, I guess, that they consider to be favorites for the year. What I really appreciate that they have done, and they're starting to do this more and more in these type of gift set products. Before, they used to come in this big cardboard box. If you've seen them before, you know what I'm talking about. They used to come in that cardboard box. But what they've started doing is this comes with a little, like a makeup bag. And I thought, well, how wonderful is that? Like I can repurpose this. I always love having new makeup bags. Just look at all those products you get in there. I kind of look to see every year what are they putting in it this year. There was 4 full-size products in here this time. So you get a full-size beauty blender, which I did use a little bit today, but there's just something about a new sponge. I don't know what it is. They just feel so wonderful. And it's such a shame. Sometimes I feel like such a shame to actually use it. I love these. It had a full size of the Lawless Forget the Filler, like a lip gloss. It has a full size of the Kat Von D eyeliner, which I'll show you guys in a minute. I did use that today. And a full size Milk Makeup blush, which I actually use that today too, so I'll show you that as well. Well, here, because I live in Canada, so here it says it's a Canadian value of $242, and I was like, oh, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. But it ended up being $78. Look at it that way. That's like such a fantastic deal, because just all of these full-size products would have added up to probably $78. I'd have to add it up, but pretty close. But it even gives you like a mini like a makeup remover, that cloth one, and then it has like a dry shampoo, Youth to the People, like a cleanser. That one's a really good cleanser, by the way. And then I also used, there's a trial size of the Fenty Beauty mascara, which I used, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. I'm blown away, actually. So this is like one of my favorite things to buy every single year, and they're usually pretty good products in there. And then I picked up the Kosas Undressed eyeshadow palette. This spoke to me the minute that I saw it. I can't remember who was using it. Somebody was using it on their channel, and I saw it and it was like, oh, I have to have that. It's all neutrals, and there's only one shimmer in there, which I loved because I am totally love mattes. Totally love mattes. So I don't really like palettes that have like a whole bunch of shimmers to them, and it has a nice little mirror as well. But I did put that on my eyes today. I went in first with the shade Peak, and applied that all over my lid, from my lid right to my brow bone. And then I went in with a nice, I'm going to say like a tan shade, and it's called Gaze. and applied that just above my crease. And then in the corner of my eye, I used, it's called Untie, and that was just to darken the outer corner. I would say this would be a fun palette if you are somebody that's just kind of dipping your toe into buying eyeshadow palettes, or you're unsure of what formulas to buy. These are talc free, and what I really liked about it is they were super blendable, but it's not an overwhelming palette. It's, you know, like you're getting the 8 shades. They all complement each other. The formula was quite like a buttery texture, and Kosas is a cruelty-free brand. So for me, I would say this really does check all the boxes. It's a great travel type of eyeshadow palette and a beginner eyeshadow palette. Oh, and then I did put a little bit of the shimmer shade that is called Stripe, and I put that just in the corner of my eye. And then because I wanted to do just, you know, a little bit extra today, because I wanted to try and use everything that I bought. I picked up the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Eyes to Mesmerize. There's a bunch of different shades, but the one that I picked was Oyster Pearl. Now, my friend Tamara from Tamara's Timeless Beauty, this is like her go-to. This is like one of her favorite shades. And so I've had this one probably in my cart the longest, sitting there. And so I finally pulled the plug. I'm just, you know what? I have to try this. So the shade is just stunning. And why I gravitated to it is because when Tamara uses it on her eyes, it's basically just like one of those one and done eyeshadows. She just puts it on and you can just walk out the door with it on your eyes like that. It's just so pretty. I don't think you can go wrong with any sort of Charlotte Tilbury products. So what I especially like about it is it's a cream formula. So I just used my fingers and applied it with my fingers. You can use a brush if you want. It says it's supposed to be super long lasting and non-creasing. So I will say I don't see any creasing so far. I just put it actually on my lid right here. It's such a pretty shade. Like it's just literally stunning. It's beautiful. What I noticed when I was putting it on is it's not accentuating all of my little fine lines here that I have on my eyelid, which is really important to me because I've got so many fine lines going on up there. So I'm so happy I finally took the plunge and picked it up. Now, one of the products that I did use from that pack, like I mentioned, is the Kat Von D. This is the Tattoo Pencil Liner. Now, this does come in the shade black, which I don't normally use black, but what the heck, I did today. So it is a retractable. I found this was super easy actually to apply and stick right close to my lash line. I didn't create like a thick line just because I knew I was probably going to be putting lashes on today. So I just put it like really snug against my lash line. But it is really easy to blend out. It's waterproof. It is like a gel, so that's why it made it a little bit easier to apply. And just looking at the shade, actually, when I'm looking at it really close up, it's not like a black. It's more of like a charcoal black, so that's probably why it's a little bit softer on the eye. I should say it's the shade Trooper Black. And in the past, I've used the liquid liner, and that does stay on. Like, that's a super long lasting one. So I'm sure that this is probably going to be the same, even though it's a pencil. Now, the other product I tried from that pack is it's like a little sample size of the Fenty Beauty. This is let me just get the actual name of it. So it's the Hella Thick Volumizing Mascara. Wow, this really did impress me. The formula was, I'm going to say it's like a little bit of a more liquidy formula, but it covered and coated every lash. So the one is quite nice. I like how it has lots of bristles on it, and it didn't do any sort of clumping at all. So like I was putting some coats on there, and each time I was putting it on the lashes, no clumping whatsoever. It hasn't done any flaking. Like I said, I've had my makeup on for a few hours now, and pretty reasonable price. Like the actual full size of this, I think for Canada it was like $26. So that's pretty good for a mascara at Sephora, because I find even some of the drugstore mascaras are really like starting to creep up there. So if you were to pick this up on the sale, so it'd probably be quite comparable. And my lashes actually looked quite like thick and volumized and lengthened. I didn't have a new bronzer, so I just did my bronzer off camera. But the one that I did use was the LYS, that new bronzer stick that I'm loving. I'm still loving this. This is this is blowing me away. I'm really enjoying this. Awesome product. And then the highlighter I was telling you guys about. So I didn't have a new highlighter. The one that I did put on today is the Rare Beauty one. This is the shade Mesmerize. Every time I put this highlighter on, I am just amazed at it. It is by far one of the best highlighters I've tried in a really, really long time. Her formula is incredible. So highly suggest if you can get your hands on it. This one in Mesmerize, love it. It's the rose gold one. But I just wanted to show you guys what else I have on my cheeks. The last product that I used out of that kit was the Milk Makeup Blush. Now surprisingly, this is actually the full size, even though it is this tiny. This would be great for like a little travel size. Now I have this one in the shade Werk, which is like a dusty rose. And it's one of those multi-purpose products where you can use it as a blush. You can use it on your lips. I just used it as a blush today. But so pretty. It applied really quickly on my cheek. I prefer to sometimes use like a brush to apply products like this. You could take it and just swipe it onto your cheek if you want and blend it in that way. It's one of those products you can also blend in with your fingers if you want. I liked how it gave me just like a really natural finish on my cheek. Like it's so pretty. It really is like a great little blush. So very happy with this. I always like it when products are like super blendable, especially when it comes to like liquids and creams and stuff like that. I find I've been using a lot more of those lately. Those type of products, and I've said it before in the past, I find those type of products are just really good for mature skin. Those liquids, those creams. Sometimes powders can just look a little dry on the skin. So I'm really trying to use more of these products coming up into the winter time here where my skin is so dry anyhow. Using products like these just is such a benefit. And then I've been wanting to try more Lawless products. So one of them was their lipstick. So really super pretty packaging. So this is called the Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Satin Cream Lipstick. That is a mouthful. It's one of those products, even though it says it's lip plumping, I don't feel any sort of effects happening right now on my lips. There's no tingling or anything like that. The shade, this is in the shade Wedding Day. Oh, it is so pretty. It's like a pinky beige. So it's this one right on the end here. Oh, as soon as I put it on, I was like, oh, that's so pretty. I like the formula. It's like a satiny cream, so it doesn't look like matte. It's not drying. Feel like a little bit hydrating. I gravitate a lot to like lip plumping and all that sort of stuff. One thing that's definitely happening as I'm aging is my lips are thinning out a little bit. So anytime I can get a product that has some lip plumping effects to kind of get these lips a little bit plumper, I like to go for makeup that does that. And the packaging is nice. It's one of those ones that has the magnetic closing. I am having a moment right now with lip oils. They're kind of become a little bit of an obsession. I've been trying so many. Well, the newest one I just picked up is by Milk Makeup. And this is the Odyssey Lip Oil Gloss. And I have this one in the shade Soul Search. So it's like quite a robust type of package. You've got some substance in there. And I like the wand. It has like a really like a comfortable lip type of wand. I'll put some more on. When I first put it on, there wasn't any sort of stickiness. It's not too oily. It feels more like a gloss. It has a little bit of I'm going to say like a vanilla scent, but I like the shine. Like the shine has stayed on for a while. That was the first time I've had to apply it in a couple of hours. And my lips feel really hydrated. And it pairs nicely like with lipstick. So, I mean, just this shade and that lip color, I think that's a great combination. One thing I did want to mention before I forget is because you'll see me using it in the video here in my clips that I'm using rougher brushes. If you have at any time thought about getting rougher brushes, now is the time to do it. This is probably one of the best sales they've ever had. So if you head over to their website, all of their products that are made in Japan are basically 50% off. There is some fantastic deals, and rougher brushes are just, the quality is just amazing. I've said it lots of times before that the tools that you use to apply your products are so vitally important to how your makeup is going to apply. And I'll give you an example. So one of their collections is called the 1010 collection, and it has 10 of their best-selling brushes, and that's all like eye brushes. It is regular $240, and right now they have it on for $100, and that's just one of the deals. Like, they have so many great deals. Love Refer brushes. I highly recommend. Like I said, if you've ever paused for a moment and said, oh, I would love to have some of those brushes, head over to the website. It's for a limited time. It's basically until the stock is sold out. There's no definite end date. I would do it sooner rather than later because they're going to sell out fast. I'll have their website down below for you guys. So like I mentioned, I didn't go crazy. But when it's a sale that only comes up twice a year, you've got to make use of it. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're not already. I would love for you to become a little part of my world here on YouTube. Leave me some comments down below whether you did any shopping at the Sephora sale. And I will have that skincare video coming up in the very near future, so stay tuned for that. And as always, I hope everybody has a great week and a great life, and I'll see you all very soon in my next video. Bye!